Hey everybody, it's Jasmine. So today I'm bringing you guys a makeup tutorial on this look using all products under $10. So I hope you guys all enjoy the look that I created here. It is just a very simple smoky halo eye moment, and it's just very soft and fresh and doesn't feel cakey at all. I'm using some new products as well as some old favorites, so this is a little exciting for me, and I hope you guys all enjoy. And if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So today I'm going to start off with my Catrice Keep Me Matte Primer. This has been my favorite primer this entire summer. It has literally been such a lifesaver. It keeps my face from getting too sweaty, and I don't know if it's that great in maintaining oil for you oily gals, but I mean, from my normal skin and my sweat and all the things that I've been doing, I mean, it's been pretty good. So I continue to use it because I like it. Today's foundation of choice is really exciting. This is the brand new ShopMissA A+ Collection Satin Foundation. Now this is going to retail you for $1.88. The 88 cents is going to be donated to help children in other countries to help with school, and I love that for them. Now this is a satin liquid foundation, so it's not going to be super dewy and it's not going to be super oily. I have been testing out this foundation and I do have a lot to say. So this foundation is supposedly really good paired with a matte primer or a pore filling primer, hence why I went in with my Catrice one. Now if you look at the packaging, you're probably like, oh, it's very similar to the Santee one that they have on their website, as well as the NYX drops. Now you do get the same amount of product within the two packaging, so that is going to be a little less than an ounce, so that's going to be 0.64 ounces. But in all honesty, foundations are really hard to use up, so I don't mind that this has just a little bit less. Now if you are familiar with the NYX one, the formula is not the same, but it's very similar in the fact that it's very liquidy. So if I go ahead and shake it first, if I go ahead and take it out of the bottle and then dispense it on the back of my hand, you guys can see it is very watery. So if you've used the Urban Decay foundation recently, the Stay Naked foundation, it's a very lightweight formula like that, not as heavy as the NYX, but it's still in that watery liquidy category. So today I am using the shade Pure Beige. I find this one to be the closest to my skin tone. It's a little bit too neutral, but in all honesty, I'm just a very yellow person. I blend in with the background. And it's just hard for me in general to find my shade, but this is really close to it. So, I mean, they did get it right, so I'm glad that they have a shade for me and for anyone who is close to my skin tone. So when you do blend in this foundation, you are going to notice that it is going to cover, but it's going to be a very sheer cover at first. You can build it up, which is nice. So again, very similar to the Naked foundation, but it's not going to be as bold of a coverage. It does claim you can go from sheer to full. I think you can go from sheer to medium. And I think that the more drops you use, you can build it up, but at that point where full coverage is concerned, you're probably gonna go in with 4 layers. And I think that's a lot for somebody. So I think that once you just continue to build up to like 2 layers, maybe 2.5 or 3, you do start getting that medium coverage. And I mean, my redness is covered, especially on the cheek area. You guys know that's kind of like my problem area right now because I have acne scarring going on. So the cheek area is pretty good. Acne scar here, pretty okay. The acne on my forehead, pretty okay. So you do see that you do get coverage. It's definitely not like the Santee foundation that they have on their website. So this is a good foundation. I can't really compare it 100% to something. I can't say it's a complete dupe to something, but it's very similar to the NYX and the Urban Decay Stay Naked, but without the intense coverage. So I'm going to go in with one more layer around my face because I am going to actually be going out and going to be running errands like always. I feel like I'm just an errand girl, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. So if you do want to compare the shade to my neck, it looks like this. Oh my god, I should remember to tell you guys about oxidation. I feel like whenever I do like a foundation review, I suck at talking about oxidation. I've been very lucky so far that all of the new foundations that I've been trying have not oxidized, this included. So that's a good thing. And I feel like if a foundation does oxidize, I will tell you because I will notice it, but I have not noticed any type of oxidation with this, so what you see is what you get, and I mean, it's so far so good, you know? That's all I could really say. It hasn't broken me out, and it hasn't irritated my skin in the slightest. So I am going to do some cream contour as well as some concealer for highlighting under my eyes. So I'm going to use my Catrice Liquid Camo Concealer in the shade Bronze Beige to do a little bit of that bronzing. And I just want just a very little bit because when I add bronzer on top, it's going to amplify the color. So I just want this to be a little base. And then for regular concealer under the eyes and to highlight the skin, I'm going to use my Colourpop concealer in medium dark 32, but I am going to lighten it up with a ShopMissA concealer. This is their Wonder Cover concealer and I have the shade Porcelain. So I actually don't like this concealer, but I've been trying to figure out ways to like it, and so far it's just mixing it with other concealers, and alone I think it makes my face look really cakey, and I think I talked about why I didn't like it in my ShopMissA Hits and Misses. So if you want to go see that, I will have it linked above, but so far I'm only liking it when I mix. I'm going to go ahead and take my Colourpop brow pencil in the shade Cool Cocoa to fill in the brows. This is just a very nice micro tip brow pencil. This one is a little bit more pigmented than the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I find that this one I can go too heavy-handed too quick. So it's good that this has pigment, but if you are somebody who unintentionally goes a little too heavy-handed, then maybe this one is one to skip out on. So typically when I do these videos, I always have a specific palette that I want to use. Today I actually just want to do something a little different and go in with my single shadows, because a lot of these you could still buy. Some of them are discontinued, so I just won't use them in general. But everything in here, all the single shadows are less than $10, and I just thought it's a little different. I don't know. It sounded better in my head, but let's hope we can get a really good look out of this. From Colourpop, we're taking the shade Sidetracked, and this is just a nude brown with a little hint of shimmer in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this into the crease. The shimmer isn't anything like too metallic, it's actually just like a glitter thrown in there, so it just gives the eye look a little bit of gleam, but honestly it's just a matte shade once you start blending it. I'm gonna take another shade by Colourpop. This is a purple and this one's called Chic Happens, and I'm gonna pop this right on top of that shade called Sidetracked. And Sidetracked was honestly a transition for this shade because a lot of these dusty purples, they don't always blend into the skin very well. And Colourpop eyeshadows, I mean, I think that they're really well made, but I don't want to risk it and I don't want it to be patchy. So I just added that Sidetrack shade just so we could get started. I'm going to take another shade from Colourpop called Top Notch. I'm switching brushes to something a little bit more small and domed, and this is going to go into the outer corner, and I'm going to wing it out just a very little bit. With the residual, I'm just going to bring it into the crease and bring it forward into the inner corner. I'm going to go back with that blending brush and I'm just going to blend the edges between Chic Happens and Top Notch. And this is just going to add a little bit more smoke and make it more cohesive. With a very small brush, I'm going to take Top Notch again, and I'm really going to focus this in the inner corner, and I'm going to fade it up towards that purple just ever so slightly. I am going to do a little itty bitty halo eye. I don't want to do anything like too intense, but I do want something to like really open my eyes and just make them look bigger and brighter. And then just tap that shade into the outer corner, more so near the lash line. That's why I did a small brush. Then I'm going to take my collaboration eyeshadow called Peace Out, and I am just going to apply that into the center. Peace Out, I think, is definitely one of my favorite shades because it is rose gold, and I don't see a shade like this in a lot of palettes. A lot of them, they're too golden, or like they're too sheer, or they're too champagne. This one is definitely rose, and that's why I really like it. So just gonna pop that into the center and bring it up into the purple. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to do Ringer from Colourpop, and then I'm going to take the residual of this shade and pop that into the brow bone as well, because this shade's really intense. We're going to go back into that small brush, and we're just going to use Top Notch. I'm just going to apply that right near the lash line. Then we're going to take that big fluffy brush and then just blend it all out. With my LA Girl eyeliner, I'm going to go ahead and tightline. So I'm going to look down into a mirror and I'm just going to line. Make sure you don't blink because then you'll mess up. Now we're going to generously coat our lashes with the Covergirl Exhibitionist mascara. So I will be applying lashes. Today I'm using the lovely Vanity First Love lashes. These ones will cost you $9. If you love supporting an indie brand, this is definitely the company I want you guys to support. For bronzer, of course, I'm going to be using my Catrice Sun Lover bronzer. Who do you think I am if I'm not using this? I really do like this. I usually am not the person to love single bronzers like this. I usually love like little palettes because I like to mix and match. Plus this is a baked bronzer, and you know how hard it is going through anything baked, and the fact that I have holes in this now, girl, that says a lot. And this runs right under the $10 mark. This is a little bit more of an expensive blush from the drugstore for sure, but it is definitely worth it. This is $9, I believe, so a little expensive, but you do get a lot of product. What's happening? Then I'm going to use another Catrice blush. This is one of their newer ones. This is their blush box. This is water and sweat proof, and I have the shade Berry. This definitely has a little bit more pigment than their strobing blushes, and this one is definitely, I wanted to say matte, but for some weird reason I have like a weird highlight on my skin. Could that be the foundation? What is that? So for highlighter, I'm using the ELFxHeartDefensor Coffee and Cream Highlight. I'm going to take the light shade and I'm going to put that right where that glow already is. Who is making that dog cry? So ShopMissA came out with some more clear glosses. They have their clear lip pops, which is unscented, but then they also launched these ones, which have different fruit scents. And when I opened this out of the package, my room smelled divine. It smelled so freaking good. Now they do have 7 different scents, which I mean, I'm kind of living for. Yesterday, I was solely using the watermelon scent. And I do have a lot to say about these glosses in particular, so I'm just going to go off and start with the scents. So first they have mango, they have watermelon, apple, cherry, which smells medicinal, they have peach, strawberry, and pineapple. These all smell like candy, like they just smell so artificial, but in a good way. Like I love the smell of artificial apple and I love the smell of artificial watermelon. It just smells good to me. So I really do like this. If you love the smell of candy, you'll definitely really like these. So like I said, I was using the watermelon one all day yesterday, and I did notice that these, and like a lot of glosses, they don't last on the lips, and I felt like I had to reapply every single hour because they give you that instant moisture like any gloss will, but they don't last on the lips. They're very slippery, but they're not sticky. So today I'm actually going to recreate the lip look that I did yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade London. And then what the heck, I'm going to go in with the same watermelon lip gloss. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it. It's just clear gloss, honestly, nothing like too out of the ordinary. Feels good, makes the lips definitely look really juicy and wet. And very, very lightweight. It's definitely not as thick like the Fenty gloss. The Fenty gloss has a thickness to it that actually grips on the lips. These ones, they're very slippery and slimy. Slimy, I guess, isn't the best word. I feel like that has a weird connotation to it. But I don't know, can you see it just has like a really nice wet hydrated look? And these do not taste like how they smell. These actually don't really taste like much. You do smell it and it smells great, and the smell does dissipate after a few minutes, but I mean, they're cute. They're cute. Alright everyone, that wraps up this video. Hope you guys all enjoy. Now recently I have been loving a little bit of purple, like a little hint of purple. That's why I put the purple in the crease. I don't know why that's like so pretty to me, but let me know if you guys are loving any specific colors this summer, because I'd love to know. And other than that, I hope you guys all enjoy this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed my mini reviews in here. And as always, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.